Hi Rajesh, thank you so much for agreeing to get on the call with us and sharing your experience working with our team and cloud analogy. So I will like to start with my first feedback question. That would be like if you can start with giving your introduction and what your company does.
A pleasure, Yatin. It's a pleasure speaking to you. I know we have had ongoing relationship and a happy relationship at that. So yes, excited for this conversation. Quick intro about me. I'm kind of the revenue operations guy, right? I've spent a decade doing sales operations, revenue operations, which largely, by and large, what it means is you're trying to answer very large questions like why we're winning, why we're losing, if you want to go invest in a net new market, what the playbook looks like, right? Very high level questions to going through very smaller semantics like uh, architecting the very Salesforce itself, a non-existent CRM itself, right? So there is a lot of length and breadth to the function, exciting function, right? Very sexy function right now in the market, revenue operation. But kind of an old man in the function, being there for 10 years and plus, right? Coming to Hubilo, Hubilo is into the virtual, hybrid, in-person event. You want to replicate, say, a big event like Dreamforce, you could do that from Hubilo. You want to bring exhibitors, you want to bring sponsors, you want to measure who your attendees are, how much time they're spending, where they're engaging, right? Plus, you want to create a kind of a Facebook kind of an experience, a networking experience, kind of a LinkedIn, a software developer wanting to meet other software developer, you would replicate that experience. There's so much that happens on the virtual side of the product. And then there is also a humongous effort that goes in the in hybrid, which is like there's a physical component of your event, and we're able to supercharge that event and tie that up with your virtual event. And we also there is a slew of products which we support purely when you also have a physical event. So Hubilo is like one-stop destination for all these events.
Great to know that. I think that's an interesting part to know about your company. So if you can tell us briefly about the different work that we have done for you.
I'll break out the work in three phases, right? The admin, the developer, the integrations, right? Starting with the admin part, which was not on the cards, but again, we had Ashwani cover most of it for us, right? Which is your day-to-day administrations and some more, right? You're doing list uploads, you're doing simple things like reports and dashboards. This was not part of the charter, but the team was able to handle that. Ashwani did a phenomenal job of that one. Coming to the core developer experience, which is what we brought the team for, right? The cloud analogy team, right? Both Prashant and Ashwani together. The work that I'm going to talk about is split between these two people and on the Hubilo side together, right? So by and large, the team worked on the integrations front. There are complicated integrations like Ironclad, which is a CLM tool. You have this Ironclad integration with CLM. You have to integrate CLM with DocuSign, and then make sure this whole ecosystem of the contracts, right from the contract initiation on Salesforce, going to contract lifecycle management on Ironclad, then the eSign app on DocuSign, and then the document comes sits on Salesforce. It's one entire integration with dev effort in itself. The team did work on that one, right? The other piece that I can again recall is the Seismic integration, right? Seismic, of course, is an enablement tool. Again, the team was able to bring on board, do the testings on Sandbox, come integrate, implement that on Salesforce. Then there is Customer Success Box, which is a CS Box application. Again, on that front, the team again worked very closely on that integrations front, right? This is how the integrations, right? We had some more. And on the core developer experience, right, on the very dev front, we have had complicated projects like something we call internally renewal churn experiment or churn, right? What by and large it means is that we're trying to really answer for questions like how much upgrade we did, how much upsells we did, how much did we renew, right? What's an active customer, who's churning out at when, right? To think of it, it really defines the very high level business metrics in any organization, and this is one of those projects that lays the groundwork for a lot of things that the executive team makes decisions on or they base on. Phenomenally well done work on that project, right? It's also an attestation of the fact that the team was able to understand our business requirements, right? That's one hard thing, right? When you go look out for an agency to work with you, and between Ashwani and Prashant, who work the cloud analogy team at large, folks were able to actually grasp the business much quicker and adapt and use their core acumen to build out.
Rajesh, how did you find about us in the first place?
I've been part of a few RevOps Slack channels, right? Part of my job, part of my personal work. I am active on a few RevOps Slack channels, and one of those RevOps Slack channels where the cloud analogy team actually found out, right?
So how was your experience with us?
It's been great, right? You both were able to pick up things pretty fast, right? So the outcomes go very well. So my experience has been great working with you both, and you phenomenally adapted to what we needed.
Any particular feedback for us as a team?
The only issue I have, right, which I think Impact knows, right? Probably if you would allow the teams to travel, there are certain projects where we want to brainstorm, right? And I know for a fact I wanted to fly you both down to Bangalore on one of the specific projects. But I understand you have a policy in place, right? If the policy could be watered down, let people travel, at least for these brainstorming sessions, much easier, because you'll understand, the developers will understand, businesses understand. Nothing like a team put together in a conference room with a whiteboard. You deliver much quicker on the decision making.
Understood. So would you recommend us to your colleagues, friends, or any other companies you are working with or something?
I'd definitely, my experience has been good.
That's great that you are recommending us. So on the note of successfully delivering the resources as per the requirement that you shared with us, would you like to work with us again with more resources in the future, and would you recommend us to the other colleagues or friends?
The answer is what's happening right now. We already have a requirement for you to fill. That answer.
That's great to hear that we are getting requirements from you, and that is a motivating part for us also, and our team are also aligned with the requirements and doing their best as per the requirements. So having a word from your mouth and motivating words, that was so great for us, and it was very great working with you. It was great connecting with you, and that having coordination with you among the different requirements you were sharing with us.
It's a great synergy, right? Nothing, when you go out looking for good talent to come work together with you, you typically try to compound the very experience, right? Your efforts, you want to be compounded and complemented to what you're doing, right? Shwani and Prashant from Cloud Analogy, it was an experience, right? It was partnership in the truest sense. They were very invested in our projects, right? I can, in fact, I definitely believe that they did not anticipate that they will get involved in much of the business decision making, right? So it must also have been a great learning experience for them at Hubilo. And for us, it is important they get looped into our decision making, irrespective of them being from agency. They quickly adapted, and we gave them the chance to also make the decision. So they worked. So this was a synergy that worked out very well. So I'd be very happy to recommend Salesforce resources from Cloud Analytics.
Thank you so much for your valuable words, and we have considered that, and we will be able to do much better than our previous feedbacks and everything that you have shared with us. Thank you so much.